Hey Anthony, this is Tanai from MMA Island. How's it going, man?
Good, man. How you doing?
Good. What do you make of your opponent, How's Manfio? You were obviously supposed to fight Alex Martinez on PFL 4, and then you had this opponent switch. What do you make of your opponent?
Definitely different style. Watching his last fight, his hands are a little more active than the guy I was supposed to fight. Coming from that Taekwondo background. So just little small adjustments. I think honestly, what I've been doing is perfect. I've been focusing on my boxing, my basics. When we get into that fight, I gotta watch his boxing, honestly. So, yeah, I think I'm doing the right things.
Awesome. Good luck, Anthony.
Thank you.
Hey, this is Algebra from the Fight Dialogue. Congratulations on your baby girl, man. Talk to me
Thank you, man.
about the experience. How was your Father's Day?
You said talk to you about the baby girl.
Yes, and how was your Father's Day overall too?
Oh man, it was an amazing Father's Day. So we set it up so I could make my last fight. She was gonna be born on that Monday. So we already knew, her birthday and everything coming into it. But I got sick right before that last press conference. So I had to pull out, and it's God's plan. Honestly, everything worked out perfect. My daughter's healthy, and I'm back here and right back to work.
And how are you health wise? You say you got sick last time. So how are you feeling from the last time?
Man,
And
I just
how?
got sick. So right before the press conference, before going downstairs, my stomach was feeling like sour. And then we went down to the press conference. I did the square off. I'm like, yo, I'm not nervous. I've done this so many times. There's no way I'm nervous. Went back to my room, started throwing up, and I had to call it because yeah, I think it was like a stomach bug or a flu or something. I don't know. It was like I just didn't feel right. And once I started throwing up, there was no way I could recover from that.
I'm glad to see you healthy and congratulations again. And good luck to you on Friday.
Thank you, man.
Curtis.
Hey, Anthony, this is Curtis Calhoun with Low Kick MMA. My question for you is what was it like to see your brother Sergio get the belt in Bellator? And how awesome is it for you to be on the same fight team at this stage in your careers?
Oh man, I started this sport, with no one to follow, and then I brought in my little brother, and my mom told me like he's your responsibility. Like whatever happens to him, it's on you. So man, every time I watch his fights, I'm more nervous for his fights than my fights, and to see him, achieve that goal, becoming the champion. He's actually here with me right now. We didn't get into like 2 a.m. last night. We've been through so much together, man. The highest highs, lowest lows, and to see him where he's at right now, it's amazing, man. Like everything I wanted to happen for him is happening. So I'm definitely blessed.
Thanks, Anthony. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Kelsey.
Hey, Anthony, congratulations on the baby, first of all. Super excited for you. What's it like? Like, you're going into this fight. This is the first time in your life that you're going into a fight that you need a finish to go on to what you want to do next. I know you knew kind of theoretically that was going to happen before, but now it's here. What are your thoughts and feelings about that?
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit nerve wracking where you're thinking about I need to finish. Not only do I got to win, I got to finish. But based on my last performance, man, like I'm putting that on myself. Like I know I need to finish. Whether there was points involved or not, like I didn't like how I looked in my last fight, and I took that personal. I went back, I went to work, and I fixed little details that I needed to fix. I forgot that Aaron Rodgers still has a coach that shows him how to grab the ball properly. Like there's the things that you got to have reminded on a daily, and I feel like I detached from that a little bit in that first camp. And this camp, I'm just back to having fun with the process. I really focused in on my boxing. I think in this style of fighting, hands are very important. So I definitely focused on that. And I think I'm gonna show it coming this Friday.
I think before your last fight was scheduled, your baby wasn't born, and then you got sick, and the baby was born. Anyway, I was thinking, does it make it easier to going into the cage? Because what I was thinking was maybe when you get in the cage and your baby isn't born, maybe the whole time in there in the back of your mind, you're like, is my wife in labor? I don't know, right? So tell me about that. Is that true, or do you not think
Yeah.
about stuff like that?
Oh, definitely true. Yeah. So we had to come out here 12 days for quarantine, and my fiance was pregnant. We had the date set for Monday for my daughter to be born after my fight. But you never know. Like, she can come whenever she wanted to come. So that was definitely in the back of my mind. Like, if I'm out here missing my daughter's birth, imagine explaining that. Like when she's 16 years old, like, yeah, I was quarantined for COVID and I was fighting in a tournament, so I missed your birth. This is a crazy thought going through my head, but she's here now. She's healthy, and I'm back focused and ready to fight.
Thanks.
MMA locker room. Okay, we'll come back. Breeze.
Hey, Anthony, it's Breeze with the MMA Breeze. First off, I just want to say visibly you do look a lot healthier, so that's good to see. And we're excited to see you perform. But I wanted to ask, you touched on it. You've been working a lot on your boxing. We've seen you in that old style gym. How has that worked in your camp up to this fight? And what reinvigorated the passion for the hands?
Just the last fight. I went out that last fight, and this floor that I'm fighting on is a little slipperier than what I'm normally used to. And I felt it when every time I kicked, I was slipping. So that was one of the big things I had to adjust. I was like, if I'm slipping on my kicks, I got to fix that approach to it. And then obviously the first guy I fought, the level of his hands was different than I expected. So. And I focused on that right away. I took that upon myself. Like the way I looked in that fight, I just didn't like it. I felt like I was sloppy. I was making bad decisions. I'm way better than what I showed out there in that fight. So I had to go back to the drawing board like I always do and get right back to work. And this time around, I'm in Vegas. My daughter just was born. I have a lot of guys in Vegas that I train with, boxers, MMA guys, kickboxers, jiu-jitsu, everything out there. But for some reason, I couldn't find a good boxing coach to take me in and show me the way for mixed martial arts. Because if I go with boxing coaches, they teach me boxing drills and stuff. I found a guy who's teaching me the Cuban Mexican style that I'm looking for to finish guys, but also keep that range. And man, I'm loving it. He plays the salsa music while we're training, got the whole vibe in there. Tyson Fury's actually in camp with me. Well, he's in camp doing his camp, so I see his work process. So it's a great environment, great atmosphere to be in, and I'm definitely blessed that George allowed me to be part of his team.
Right on. We're stoked to see you perform.
Thank you.
All right, MMA locker room. Try it again.
Hey, on the MMA locker room radio,
Can you repeat that?
you're coming out that locker room when you're walking into the octagon. What's going on in your mind? Are you ready to kill? Are you ready to put on a Showtime performance? Or what's in the mental state of Anthony Pettis when he comes into that ready to fight?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. That's a good question. I mean, I missed the first part of the question, but I heard the end of it. So, my mindset going into these fights, it just depends on who I'm fighting. Like this guy just said he's gonna knock me out. I was watching. I think my fiance sent it to me. It was like, yo, this guy said he's gonna knock you out in the first or second round or something. That makes me motivated. I mean, things like that, just little things like that. Like, dude, I've never been touched and dropped in this octagon. I never been. My finishes, my losses are from decisions. Most of my losses are from decisions. So it's like that right there motivates me to go kill. But sometimes, it's like I want to put on a show. Last fight, I was trying to put on a show, and that's what the performance looked in that. So trying to find that right the right mindset to go in there and not only put on a show, kill, but also win is the process.
All right.
Yeah, I can hear him.
Drew.
Hey, Anthony, Drew Pierce, FightLeap.com. Going back to kind of your game plan going into this bout, obviously you're very aware of needing that finish to keep this going. But how much does that really play into your game plan, or is it kind of steady no matter the circumstance to go in there and just do your job?
Yeah, just to go do my job, man. I gotta find the range. I gotta find my flow, and once that happens, then the finish will come. If I go in there and put the finish before that part, then it's not gonna happen.
Thanks and best of luck.
Thank you.
Dylan.
Hey there, Anthony. Appreciate you making some time.
Of course.
I was just curious because, I mean, just so many different facets you've been involved with in the MMA space. It seems like also getting into some management stuff has been some recent, efforts on your part, Showtime Group and everything like that. Can you talk about sort of that aspect of what you're doing and expanding into that part of the MMA space?
Yeah, I started a Showtime Group a while back. We're just actually putting it in the public now. We did our first combine. We got about 50 guys signed on me, from amateur to professionals to higher level pros. The reason why it happened is my little brother and the guys at my gym. I see these talented athletes coming up through my gym. I'm training with them. We're bleeding, sweating, trying together. And then I pass them on to different managers that I was part of. And I've had so many managers. But I pass them on to these managers, and I'd see what they're getting from the managers as far as a support. And I think I could do it better, and especially if they're homegrown guys. So that's where the Showtime Group started at. And then once we saw that flowing and we started that going. We saw the market, that space that we can do this good. And my Showtime fights shows coming up in October. I got another boxing show in December. it's just making a full circle again, you know, giving the guys an opportunity like I had. Like I came up fighting in a Harley Davidson dealership in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. That was my first fight in a Harley Davidson dealership. And, you know, look where I, you know, took it to. So I think going back to Milwaukee first and putting it in there, giving these guys the opportunities, building my team up. I'm gonna be around MMA for the rest of my life. You know, this is what I love to do. It's my passion, and it's another avenue for me to be part of the sport.
Yeah, it really illustrates that you're a student of the game, and I appreciate you providing those insights, man.
Thanks.
Steve Irvine.
Hi, Anthony. It's Steve on behalf of MMA Lowdown. First of all, congratulations on becoming a dad.
Thank you.
So I just want to ask, if you defy the odds and win this fight in the first and then go on to win the tournament, this is going to be another big add to your legacy. Now, at this stage of your career, do you see yourself retiring at the top after this?
I couldn't hear you. Taking it to where?
Do you see yourself retiring at the top after this chapter, after adding such a big win to your already prestigious legacy?
What word is he saying? I don't even. Oh, no, retiring. No, not at all. I thought you said the title. No, retirement, man. Like, I feel like I'm only 34 years old, you know, retiring, you know, I'm getting better too. Like now that I'm going to these boxing gyms and like finding new coaches, like I can feel the growth. Retirement from this sport, like I don't think I'll ever lay my gloves down and be like, I'm done with this sport. This is my life. This is what I put everything into. You know, I miss so many holidays and so many family events for this sport, and this is what I do, man. This is what I love, and I don't see myself retiring anytime soon.
No, that's good to hear. And it's going to be a pleasure watching you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Alex, Cage Side Press.
Hi, Anthony. So you lost your PFL debut, but people might not remember that you lost your UFC debut as well, and then you went on a 5-fight win streak to win the title. I guess, I mean, is that the mission to go on a streak this next fight?
The mission was to not lose again, but you know, things happen, man. And I think you know, in this sport, it's different than any other sport. You know, you're by yourself. You don't have a team that's in there with you. I mean, you got your team that gets you ready, but like it's all on you. You know, if you go out there and you have a bad fight, it's you know, it's your fault. It's not no one else's fault. And yeah, I think you know, trying to figure out what mindset. The question before was good. Like the mindset going into the octagon, I mean, in the cage, is like very important. You know, if I'm going to put on a show, if I'm trying to kill this guy, if I'm trying to finish him, I got to calm myself down to be like, all right, let me build the process up, because that's how I did it back then. So yeah, I'm going back to, like, you know, Duke even mentioned that, like, you lost to Clay Guida, we won that title, man. Let's go back to work. And you know, I feel like you know, I've been here before. That's the best thing to say, is I've been here before. I know what I need to do, and I've done it.
I just had a quick follow-up. Did I see that you were starting your own promotion as well? Kind of like what Jorge Masvidal is doing?
Yeah, I already have. Well, we already had a fight promotion. I came up in my own fight promotion, actually. So I promoted, me and my coach promoted my earlier fights. It's called Gladiator Fighter Series. We stopped doing it for a while just because of, you know, COVID and where my career was going. But now we're bringing it back, and we're changing the name, Showtime Fighting Series. So it's kind of just a continuation on of what Duke, you know, made in Milwaukee. And I felt passionate about it because there was really no place for my fighters to fight in Wisconsin right now. And you know, now that everything's going back to normal, it makes sense. So yeah.
Afternoon, you're Stephen at Tesco. How can I help? What?
Awesome, and good luck.
All right, last question, Suki.
Thank you. Nice to talk to you, Anthony. I wanted to actually touch on the YouTube show you started. So everyone's really getting into your own YouTube channels, things like that. Saw the first episode, got a couple more to watch. So if you could just plug that, I'd love to know more about it.
Yeah, man, it's just giving the audience more access to, you know, my training camps in my life. You know, I think you know, that now that I got Showtime Group going and flowing, I see how important that is. You know, so I'm trying to be like I'm doing all the trial and error on myself to show my fighters like how it works. And you know, we're new to it too. We're just getting it going and having fun with it. But yeah, I think the more content you can create, the more eyes go upon you, and the more people want to watch you fight. So that's just all flows together.
Yeah, I mean, you're a showman, so I'm looking forward to that. Keep it going. Good luck this week.
I will, for sure. Thanks.
Thank you, Anthony. We appreciate you coming out.
Appreciate
today.
it.
Thanks for the
I
time.
guess.